Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a summer dewy kind of makeup look. I've been wanting to start doing makeup videos for a while, but never had the time. Since we're in quarantine now, I've had all the time and figured I would start. Alright, so let's get started. First, I'm going in with the Ordinary brand 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. Next, I'm going to be using the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is a primer that I'm going to put right along my forehead and nose where my pores are big. Now we're going to move on to brows. I'm using the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Gel. And I'm going to follow the natural shape of my brow and fill in the outer part and just leave the front part unfilled. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. We're just outlining and then we're filling it. So I've outlined and now I'm going to fill it. Now I'm going to be using a spoolie like this, and I'm just going to blend the product in to make it look a little bit more natural and bring it a little bit to the front. Now I'm going to conceal under them to make them look a little more sharper. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So I'm just going to take a flat brush like this, and I'm just going to place the product under both my brows. And you want to use a shade that is a little bit lighter than your skin tone. Now I'm going to just spread the product out and carve them out. Now what I like to do is take a more flat and smaller brush like this, and what this will do is allow me to get a little bit closer to the brow to create a more defined shape. That is it. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit more dense brush like this. And I'm just gonna kind of blend the product down so it'll act as a base for our eyeshadow. And I'm also bringing the product right here in the middle of my brows. Our concealer is all blended out. You can conceal the top of the brow, but I am going to opt out today. Now let's get started on eyeshadow. Morphe palette in 35F, and these palettes are actually really affordable. So if you're looking for a good eyeshadow palette with, neutral colors, this is a great palette. First, I'm using the Airspun powder to kind of just set the area right under my brow. Now that that's done, we're going to be using the same brush. I'm going in with this color right here. I'm going to apply the color right in my crease so you can feel it. It'll be like right on the bone of your eye. So using like windshield wiper motions, I'm just going back and forth and applying the color. Make sure to bring it in as well. Now I'm going to be using this brush right here. And I'm going to be using this color. And I'm going to put the color right under where we put the first color. Next, I'm going to use the first brush we use. Okay, and I'm going to be using this color right here. Right where that white, you see the concealer and then you see the color starting, I'm just going to blend it all together right there. Alright guys, I'm back. I've done the same thing on the other eye, and I also zoomed it up a little bit so you guys could see. Next, we're going to take any concealer. You can use foundation as well. I'm just going to be using the same concealer we used under our brows. And you want to take a crease cutting brush. You can use a brush like this, or even this, something small. And we're going to cut the crease, but we're only going to do it halfway. You're going to place the concealer right here. Here's a trick. You just place the concealer on the bottom part of your eye. You look up, and then you're just going to connect it. By all means, it does not need to be perfect because we are just going to blend it out later. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Now we're going to take another brush. You can use something fluffy. You can use a white eyeshadow, or you can use powder. I'm just using powder. And we are going to set the concealer. I'm going to take this brush right here. I'm going to pick up a shimmery color. We're going to use this color right here. And I'm just going to place that over the concealer. And I'm also taking a product on brush, and then I'm spraying it with a little bit of rose water. You can use regular water too. Layering the color on a little bit. We're going to take a clean fluffy brush like this. We're just going to blend the color. Now I'm going to add a inner corner highlight, so I'm just using a small brush like this. I'm going to be using a shimmery white shade, this one right here. I'm going to grab it on my brush and I'm going to spray it. And then all you're going to do is you're going to look up and you're just going to place the color right in your inner corner. So this is how we are looking. I'm just taking a makeup wipe and I'm kind of cleaning up right here. We're going to move on to the face, and then we're going to come back to the eyes. I'm going in with a color corrector. All a color corrector does is kind of even out your skin tone. My skin tone around my mouth right here and under my eyes right here is a little bit darker. And I'm just going to take a beauty blender and I'm going to blend everything out. So next we are going to apply foundation. And I'm going to be using MAC NC42. I'm going to take a kabuki brush like this. You can go in with just a sponge, or you can also use a brush. I like to do both. Now I'm going to take a beauty blender, beauty sponge, and I'm going to push the product into my skin. Now we are going to conceal. I'm going to be using the Too Faced concealer, the same one we used under our eyes. And just apply that right under the eyes. And then a little bit on the nose, a little bit right here, here, and here. And what this does is brings more attention to the center of your face. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take my beauty blender, I'm going to spray it down a little bit, and we are just going to blend those areas out. And I'm using a patting motion. You don't want to rub. You're going to be rubbing the product off. When I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep the product in place, but I'm kind of blending it out. I'm not trying to take it everywhere. Next, I'm going to be contouring. I don't contour very often. I'm using the Black Radiance HD corrector as contour. Just put it on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take this brush right here. It's just kind of a fluffy brush. And I'm going to be grabbing the product onto my brush. And I'm going to apply it in the hollows of my cheek. You can find them by making the fish face. And right there, those are the hollows of your cheek. And bring it up to the hairline, and then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. And that kind of makes your face look a little slimmer. Now I'm going to be using a smaller brush like this. I'm grabbing the product, going down the sides of my nose. And now I'm going to blend that out. I'm using the Coty Ear Spun to bake. You're going to put this powder everywhere you put the concealer. You can also put it where we contoured, right under it, to kind of sharpen it up. Now we're going to dust it away. You can leave it for a little longer if you want. People usually leave it for 5 minutes while they do other parts of their makeup. But I'm just going to go ahead and dust it off because I don't want it to be too powdery. Now I'm using the Fenty Beauty powder in Honey. I'm using a little bit of product, and I'm going to set the rest of the face. Just down the neck too. Next, I'm going to apply blush. This is the Milani blush in Rose. And I'm just going to take a little bit, smile, and you're just going to put it on the apples of your cheeks. Next, we are going to apply highlighter. I'm going to be using the Stila highlighter in Kitten. This is what it looks like. Just taking a little highlight brush, wetting my brush a little bit, and applying it to the highest points of your face. So right here on top of your cheeks. I'm gonna apply some to the bridge of my nose, but being careful that it doesn't spread like all the way out. And then a little bit to my cupid's bow. We are going to go back to our eyes. We are done for the face. So I'm going to be using this brush here. It's fluffy and it's small. I'm using this same color that we used earlier, right here, this one. All you're going to do is you're going to sweep this across your lower lash line. So right under your lashes. And then I'm going to be using a brush that is a little bit smaller. And I'm using the black color in the palette right here. And I'm just going to go on the outer half of my eye and try to keep it as close to the lashes as possible. I am going to apply a little bit of MAC's black liner into my waterline. Next is lashes. I'm going to be using the Kiss lashes in knots. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to link them down below if you guys want to buy them. Alright, and I'm just going to be using the Duo glue in black. You're going to wait for it to dry. Alright, it's been 30 seconds and I'm just going to pop this lash on. So I've popped the lashes on. There is a little bit of white under the lashes, as you can see, and those are the lashes that got a little bit of concealer on them. So all you want to do to blend those lashes and, you know, get rid of any concealer is you're going to apply mascara. So I'm going to be lining my lips with the NYX lip liner in Beyond Nude. I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and take off any product on my lips. Alright, so I've lined the lips. Now I'm just going to be using the NK lip gel, and it's just a clear gloss. And now we're just going to use a bit of setting spray. This is just a Sephora spray I got as a sample. You're going to cover your eyes and you're just going to spray it everywhere. I'm going to let that dry. And that is it. That is the finished look. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it to the end of this video.